But the Gospel of John, he starts with what's called the prologue, and that's where we're going to stay today. The first 18 verses in his letter are called the prologue, and he just sets it up, and it's actually best understood. It's like Star Wars. Every time you hit play, Star Wars starts with bah, 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 and like lyrics start coming up, and it's like the Empire has fallen. Like, I wish I could be that voice that speaks. I always want to do that for commercials, like darkness has come. Like, and that's what's happening in a story is being told to us before we actually enter and see what's happening, right? So in Star Wars, you're told information before you actually get into it. In the prologue, John is telling you information before you jump into the ministry of Jesus. That's what's occurring. That's what we're looking at right now in this moment. The prologue is just before, but it's significant. There's vital stuff happening here. In the prologue, the first 18 verses, John uses words like life, light, darkness, witness, son, Father, Word, Jesus Christ, God's relation to the world, the character of humanity. Like, he lays out everything you need to know. And then throughout the rest of the gospel, he's going to deal with all those pieces of information in greater detail. But he's setting the whole scene and the whole stage for what needs to be understood for us. See, for many of us, I don't want you to think it's a bad thing. Like, for some of us, you might even have a shirt that says, like, Jesus is my homeboy, and you got it in your closet right now. You're like, oh, I should wear that. Like, Jesus is my best friend. Like, which is totally, like, yeah, we have that type of relationship with Jesus. But the problem, and what John is going to show us, is we can't fully just look at it as, like, Jesus is my buddy. Like, Jesus is my best friend. Like, because if we look at it that way, we might be missing something, and that's what John shows us. No, Jesus created all things. Jesus is Lord, creator of all things. That's you too. Your best friend isn't just your best friend. He created you. So it's understanding things in a greater context with the full scene. That's what John does in the prologue. So that's what we're going to jump into right now. We're going to go to verse 1, and you can jump there with me. Verse 1, it says this. It says, in the beginning. And like, we can stop already because that sounds familiar. Like, if you're a parent in the other room and your kid hits play on the TV and you hear bah, 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 like, you already know what's happening. You know Star Wars is occurring in the other room. This is what's happening here. When you read that, in the beginning, for everyone reading that, when John first wrote that, they already are transported right back to Genesis. Same language. In the beginning. So John is connecting us to the first book of the Bible, in the beginning. But in Genesis, what it says is, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, right? And in John, what he says is, in the beginning, the Word already existed. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. So this is what he's sharing, but he's connecting us to the beginning. And he's saying that this Word existed at the same time as Genesis, where it says God created the heavens and the earth. Before anything, the beginning. Before anything existed, this moment in time, and the Word existed, is what we're told.